What's up, guys? Mike Garrick back with more Mind Nutrition Body. Today I want to talk about the push-up and the form specifically with the push-up, but in the context of shoulder health. Now, what's really interesting is when you learn how to do a push-up, basically most people learn how to do a push-up and they learn how to do it incorrectly. Now, if you go through those repetitions, you're going to train your body's nervous system in doing the press in proper form. Now we're talking improper as far as only doing half range of motion, but also the relationship of your hands and your forearms specifically to the ground so that the shoulder mechanics are proper. So what I want to do is go through a few things with you guys and show you exactly how to do that in order to keep your shoulders nice and healthy, because I've learned that as you go through, if you do too much pressing, especially really heavy in a mid-range of motion, what's going to happen is you're going to get overly tight here. Your shoulders are going to dump forward in this position like so, and this is going to cause a lot of problems in your shoulders. So learning how to do a correct push-up in a full range of motion can be extremely beneficial to the shoulders. So let's go through it. First off, let's talk about hand position. Hand position is going to be like this. Your hands are going to be on the ground. Your shoulder is going to be slightly over your hands, or directly over your hands, or slightly over your hands. And you want your hands to be pointing straight forward. Now I like to go just wider than my shoulders. And when you do this, you're going to be screwing into the ground. And what that's going to do is that's going to make sure that your elbows, when you go down, your elbows are going to come back instead of going out like this. If your elbows are going out like this in a push-up, this is called internal rotation into the shoulder and is going to end up really hurting your shoulder eventually down the line. So you want to train your pressing movement in a motion like this as you're going down. Now also at the top of the push-up, you want to make sure if you're using this for an exercise to build up the shoulder girdle, you want to actually get a little bit of shoulder protraction there. So you're going to want to, if I go from the side here, you're going to come up at the top, full lockout, and then you're going to protract a little bit like this. And what this does is this activates the serratus, which you're going to keep the scapula sucked down on top of your rib cage. Now you don't want to do this while you're benching, but in a push-up, when you're doing this specifically for form and full range of motion, this is extremely beneficial. So you're pushing, and then at the very top, you do this motion, come back down, and then come back down into the press. Now, when you're down in the press position, your shoulders have a tendency to ride up like this, right? And when you do that, watch what happens with the elbows. They kick out. So what you want to do is you want to make sure they're pinched down and back. So every time when you go down into this position, reset your shoulders down and back right here, then you can push up from there. In that position, your shoulder blades are extremely stable in that back and down position, and you're activating your mid and lower traps right behind your scapula, which are going to protect your shoulders. Now I'm going to go over here and I'm going to show you the way, I'm going to actually show you how to do it, and then I'm going to show you a few ways how not to do it. All right, here we go. We're going to go back and I'm going to show you the basic setup. First off, we're going to go here. And you want to kind of come up in this arched butt position like this. You got your hands directly. I like to go just under shoulders or just wider than shoulders. All right, you're in this position, and then you grip your butt, come forward, and lever forward. See how I'm in this perfect position where my shoulders are directly over or just in front of my hands. Now from here, what I want to do is I want to go down, and I want to make sure, watch my forearms. Notice how they stay perpendicular to the ground, right? You don't want them to come out like this. You want them to be perpendicular, right? You don't want them to come out here either. So you want them to be pretty perpendicular with the ground. Now, notice how they're my shoulders are dipped down like so. Now from here, you want to reset. Make sure that your shoulder blades are pinched back and down, right? And you're in this perfect position here, and then you push back up, boom. You're in this solid position here. And then if you want to add in the push-up plus at the top for your serratus, you just push up like so. Come back down, go down like that, right? And this is what they look like in real time. Also notice that nice straight line with my ears all the way down through my hips and my ankles. Perfectly straight line. And then here, remember, reset back and down. Keep those shoulders nice and tight. Don't forget, when your hands are down like this, you're slightly trying to screw in. You're screwing in like this, and that's going to keep your shoulders nice and tight. You guys, if you do push-ups like that, you'll keep your shoulders nice, strong, and healthy. I'm Mike Garrick, helping you think, eat, and move with a purpose.